Parallel lines. What are parallel lines? Let's take a look. Alright, so let's say that I'm going to try to draw some parallel lines. This could get interesting. Alright, let's see. So this line here is supposed to be a straight line, and then if I took this line and moved it around in the plane, here, let me see if I can try something out here. Oh, how's that? Well, here's two lines that are parallel. So I just took this line and kind of translated it this way. But what exactly does this mean algebraically, and what is the real definition of when two lines are parallel? Well, two distinct non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if their slopes are equal. So the slope of this line here, let's say, right, must be equal to the slope of this line. And we've talked about slope before. So hopefully you know what the definition of the slope of a line is. Let's look at some examples here, some algebraic examples. Let's say that we've got an equation 8x plus 40y is equal to, let's say, 20. And we got another one down here, let's say 2x plus 10y, and it's equal to 10. So this represents, right, a set of points that fall on a straight line, and this equation here represents a set of points that falls on a straight line also. Now, these two forms here are in standard form. And what we want to do here is we want to find the slope of this equation, slope of the line to this equation, and then the slope to this. And if they're both equal, well, then we'd say that both these lines are parallel. Now, an easy way to find the slope of the line, this one here, there's like a shortcut method, and it really will save you a lot of time. And this is the way it goes. You take 8 and put it over 40, and then whatever this sign is out here, you just make it the opposite, so it becomes negative. So this is, and then you simplify this down. Well, 8 goes into 8 one time, and 8 goes into 40 5 times. And that would be the slope of the line, okay, of this particular equation here. Now, what about this one? Well, try that same shortcut out, right? 2, that would be whatever the coefficient is here in front of x over the coefficient, okay, and then whatever the sign is, make it the opposite. So it's, since it's positive, we'll make it negative, and that's negative 1/5 also. So they both have the same slope, therefore they must both be parallel lines. Now that's the shortcut way of finding the slope. You would do this algebraically and solve for y in this problem. Let's just do that. So if I have 8x plus 40y is equal to 20. So I'm going to solve for y, or solve for x, or solve for y. Is that right? Solve for y? I don't know. Well, this is what I mean. Take this 8x over here, Okay, so that's going to end up being negative 8x plus 20. You know, I've worked math for quite a few years, and if you don't work math every day, some of this stuff just leaves you. And I've been took a vacation on math for a few months, and I've noticed that some things have left me already. All right, divide both sides by 40. All right, so we're going to divide everything by 40 here. And we have y is equal to negative 8 over 40 x plus 20 over 40. Now let's just go ahead and simplify this. So we have y is equal to negative, right, 8 goes into 8 one time, 8 goes into 40 5 times. Okay, 20 goes into 20 once and into 40 twice. So as you can see here, this, remember, is the slope. Now remember this form, this was y is equal to mx plus b. This was your slope and your intercept form. All right, so let's look at another one here. So we solved for y in this equation, and let's look at another. Let's say that we have the 2x plus 10y. Now this was our other equation that we had, and we want to solve for y in this problem. So we take the 2x over to the right hand side. I'm going to take it to the right hand side of the equal sign. I look at this as like moving chess pieces over. Technically you're supposed to say negative 2x to both sides, but yeah, just move the stuff over. Alright, change the sign. Alright, if I'm going to move it over to the right hand side of the equal sign, I got to change the sign of it. And then divide both sides by 10, or multiply through by 1/10. So we have y is equal to negative 2/10 x plus 1. Now this simplifies down to 1/5 again. Negative 1/5 x plus 1. Now as you can see, this has a slope of negative 1/5, just like our other equation did. This means that both of our lines are parallel if both of their slopes are the same, except look where it crosses the y-axis at 1/2 and at positive 1. So you could have, now I'm just going to sketch out some lines here. So we've got the two lines here that are parallel, right? And of course they have positive slope because our graph is increasing, and we do read these from left to right. And then how about these two lines here? Right, these two lines are parallel lines, okay, and their slopes are going to be negative. Reading this from left to right, okay, they are negative. And the way you can look at this, another way of looking at this is the slopes are negative. Okay, you're going down in the negative direction and you're going to the right, which we'd say in the positive direction. So if I'm going down, that's going to be a negative y. We'll just say negative y over, and I'm going to the right, that's in a positive direction. So our slope is going to end up being negative. For a positive slope, as you can see here, okay, I'm going down. If I'm starting here and I want to finish here, you go down, so that'd be negative y direction, and I'm going to the left, that's going to be in your negative x direction, and therefore that number, negative over negative, is going to cancel out and you'd have a positive number. So just another way of kind of looking at whether your slope is going to be negative or positive. And in the next section we're going to talk about the lines that are perpendicular.